Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts of, well, you're looking here right now, the Nintendo Switch OLED model. Okay, so this is also going to be a follow-up on my Nintendo Switch Pro drama. You know, it is a drama. The gist of it is, there was some rumbling rumor from well-known leakers that said, hey look, there's gonna be a Switch Pro, it's gonna be imminent, and nothing happened. And then later on, Doug Bowser, president of Nintendo of America, and Shuta Furukawa, the president of Nintendo, said, yeah, we're working on something, but is this something the OLED model? Well, who knows? And also it's going to be a bit of a response to Xander, because he also talked about the Switch OLED version, and again, the question really is this it? Is this the quality of life improved Nintendo Switch that people wanted? Is this the Pro that people think? Well, sadly, yes, even Nintendo confirmed themselves is that no. The Nintendo Switch OLED model is just a small quality of life improvement over the normal Switch, and that's it. They confirmed that there's no enhanced CPU, no increase of RAM, so that means if you're gonna play those certain game, again, it's either they're gonna try to port it, if it doesn't work, tough luck, or they can go to a cloud version route like Guardian of the Galaxy. So the bottom line is, yeah, it has some bit of improvement, but there's nothing much to it. So let's see what this one is. So of course, right here, it's going to be available at October the 8th, 2021 for $350. So I was hoping at least they're going to do is Switch Lite is going to be $200. The normal Switch with the better battery is $250. So it's sort of a price drop. I know Nintendo doesn't do that. And this one's going to be like the new $299, but nah, they're not doing that. So they're going to the route of, we're going to make money, that's all that matters. And teaser, there's going to be a response to Switch Force on that one, because he did a video on how Nintendo's basically mostly now it's all about making money than being passionate. So, you know, Iwata's method versus Furukawa, but that'll be a different story there, and I'll explain why I think kind of makes sense whether you like it or not. So back to this Nintendo Switch OLED model. So it's in white. There's also apparently a red and blue neon color, but again, I don't really care about what the color. It's all about the functionality. So what are the improvements for this one that they showed? First of all, the screen itself, if you're playing in portable mode, it's going to be 7-inch, so it's a bit bigger, and of course it's going to use OLED screen, so chances are it needs that better graphic, better enjoyment when you play it on portable mode. For me personally, I really don't care. I mean, it's like playing a Game Boy Advance, are all the same to me to some extent. I know it's weird, but I mostly play my Switch on dock mode. That's just on me. So OLED screen, 7-inch, an improved adjustable stand. That actually is sort of better. It's really wide, so that kind of makes sense. So right here, 7-inch OLED screen, wide adjustable stand. Again, that makes sense, so it doesn't tilt over, because it's kind of really weird. But I think at the time is they were trying to cut costs and trying to not have a lot of movable parts. Gist of it of that thing that I just said was the Wii U, there were a lot of movable parts, that's why it cost so much. And when the consumer said that's not should the Wii U cost, they just said, well, this is why. They were losing a lot of money on the Wii U, but that's a different story there. The bottom line, I'm saying that this is it, like you've seen here, bigger, wider stand, makes sense. And then best angle, now there's adjustable angle. Here's the best part if you're playing it on dock mode. Built-in wired LAN port. Finally. The biggest complaint since the Wii U, heck even the Wii, is that the lack of an Ethernet port. The old Switch dock didn't have one, so your only chance is that you have to buy a USB LAN adapter, and I mean it works for me, but a lot of people just wanted a direct port. So this one definitely the must. So if you can probably buy just the dock itself, chances are people probably gonna buy it. So for just the dock, because this is very very important. It's like, yeah, instead of using a USB, you finally have it directly connected. That makes sense there. 64 gigabyte internal storage. That's actually good. Much better. That's why it's $350 rather $300, and they make the original Switch $250. Again, it is what it is there. And then enhanced audio. So again, if you're playing it without the headphones, but really the tip of the day is that if you're playing it on handheld mode, you probably want to use the headphones. Just saying there. Unless the headphones also improve, but I don't know about that. 3 modes in one, of course. Dual Switch routine, TV mode, tabletop mode, and handheld mode. Joy-Con, apparently they said Nintendo even confirmed it's the same one, so nothing new. I guess probably a new, the whatever that thing called, that rope thing. So of course, choose your control, say share with friends, try something new, blah blah blah. Different controller, Joy-Con. Of course, the Switch Online, blah 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 blah. And of course, this is what it looks like. So you know, let's look at it. See, there's a white one and there's another one. They're pretending to be happy. The wider kickstand. Again, the wider one. Okay, probably not much. There's only 5 pictures there. And of course, games in there, blah 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 blah. So the question is, should you really get one of these? Well, if you're a Nintendo Switch Extreme fan, you're probably gonna get it because, you know, and if you really want that portable mode quality of life, you're probably gonna get it, because one thing they kind of failed to mention is, and Xander kind of mentioned it on his video, what about the battery? Is it based on the new Switch battery? Because the one I bought was the very old one with the battery that drains fast, like taking a dump really fast. It just drains fast to a point I have to always put in dock. Like I said, for me, it's not really a big deal because A, I play most of my game on dock mode. Second, if it push comes to shove, I can hook it up, charge while playing, or invest in a Anchor battery pack that's approved by Nintendo. That's also the key thing, is that when you're using accessory, make sure it has that quality of seal approval, because there have been stories about that using non-approval, it can mess up your Switch, just saying. So, yeah, my thoughts about it. Yeah, it's good. Quality of life option if you want something better. Again, if you're doing portable mode. Yeah, the only good thing about with the dock, to some extent, is the Ethernet cable, like directly now. Because to some extent, even so, if you're using USB, there is some sort of anomaly when push comes to shove there. So, like I said before, is this the Switch Pro? Unfortunately, Nintendo confirmed it. No, it's not sort of a Switch Pro, because when you think about Switch Pro, you think about more memory in the system. The PS4 Pro has more RAM, that's why some games can go to 4K. Same goes with the Series XS or Xbox One X, because it has a bit more RAM to make graphics better and run some of the games even better. They said, one, the CPU is the same as the Switch. Same goes with the RAM. So that means if you think about certain games that can't run in the game, now you can. Nope, this is not the Switch for you. So the biggest factor for this one, if you want to get this, is again, and I'm gonna assume the battery life is the same as the new Switch revision, is that for portable mode, the 7-inch OLED, better graphics, you'll be enjoying that. The 64 internal storage, that can come in handy. Enhanced audio, again, if you're not using headset, I don't know if it's a headset, maybe 2, maybe. And only if you're playing wired online with a dock, then yeah, because it finally has a wired internet port. That's it. So am I gonna get one? Right now, I'm thinking not, because one, I hardly play games online. Even so, I do play in dock wired. It's good enough for me with my internet. And like I say, I have other console that I play: PlayStation 4, Pro, Xbox One, Steam, and of course I'm saving me money eventually for PS5, but that's going to be in the long run. So for me, to some extent, it is not for me. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, that's good." So maybe there is something about it because again, the game also, you dock it, it's not going to go 4K. Just saying there, it's not going to be a 4K visual. It's just going to be still 1080p. So again, if you think this is the Switch Pro, sure, I don't know. Right now, they're not really saying much, but for me, a Pro basically defined as has more RAM and CPU, and it can play games and go 4K. But this one doesn't. So, of course, like I said, it's a follow-up because, like I said, the controversial people thought, oh, there's gonna be Switch Pro announcement close to E3 or post E3, and so far nothing. They gave you this, and doesn't even look like a Pro to me. I'm sorry. And again, with Xander, the reason also he did some video about the Switch Pro because again, he was watching on the internet that people talk about it, people getting angry on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Well, you mean people say, "Oh, you lied to us," and well, keep your expectation low. That's what people always say. So, this is what happened. They never really said anything about Pro. They just said they're gonna have some quality of life improvement Switch, and there you go. And there was even a joke that Xander did about Miyamoto sneezing 3 times, and the third one is something. Oh, it must be. Okay, yes, granted, there been backstory about that. Yeah, it's like Miyamoto doing something. Southwest can end up to a game. Yes. Let's see. Speaking of vegetables, Pikmin. So, and of course, when he was playing with his dog, and to some extent cats, 10 dogs and cat. So I can understand that, but to some extent, people, you're gonna have logistic because it's not everything like, oh, there's a hint. Oh, there's a hint there. Oh, they did something. There's a hint there. Not always. You just have to be logical about it. I mean, heck, another example is I'm going to give credit to Nick Robinson on the Min Sakurai presentation, how the Western version is different than the Japanese, and there was one particular when a close-up of Sakurai's Sega CD with the 32X, and on top of it has Space Harrier. They cut it in the Western version, and Nick Robinson said the theory might be that, oh, Space Harrier? Oh, don't tell me Space Harrier is going to be one of the fighter paths from Volume 2. Oh, I don't like Space Harrier. No, that's guys suck. Why would you put a retro character? Blah, 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 blah. You cannot get the idea. And even Sakurai admitted it. Said sometimes when you just say, oh, I'm interested in something just to share it, not even business related. Oh, I like Gundams, or I like robots, I like figures. Oh, it must be a hint. It must be a hint. I mean, yes, maybe no. I mean, the infamous one for a while was GameStop made a typo on their ad by capitalizing the end and saying, new Nintendo Switch. Oh, it must be like new 3DS, new Nintendo Switch. Oh my god, Nintendo Switch. Oh, it's new. It's the new version. The OLED Switch. I think that's what it is. Maybe. Again, people were like, cue X-File music. I mean, like I said to the extreme fan, you gotta relax. But now, hey, there it is. You got the new improved Switch there. Yeah. It's not gonna be the Pro. It's not gonna like compete with the PS5 or Xbox Series XS. But they said it. The RAM's is not there yet in the CPU. So yeah, that's my thoughts, response, follow up. Yeah, it's good that they did this. To some extent, a lot of people are gonna buy it. Definitely, because they need that protocol, better quality of life. Makes sense. I'm probably gonna put it in the back burner and see what it is. Like I said, I'm cool with my Switch right now. I'm a no pokey. And again, will there still be that Switch Pro in the long run? Maybe. Again, the tip I can sense that they're gonna go to a Pro direction is one. When the sales on the Switch are staggering because not a lot of people are buying them because hey, some of the third-party games are better on the other console. People started to buy only to play in that Nintendo game. Again, that's it. Like the Wii U. And to some extent, that third party said, wow, the development, the Switch versus the other console are so way apart that to a point that we can't do a Switch version. That's when they're gonna do a Switch Pro. The bottom line is, the minute the Switch itself, it doesn't matter which one, Lite, normal, or OLED edition, is when the game's starting to not be there and they're starting to fall behind because, again, You rather do games, better games, high quality games, games with more memory and CPU that they can't do it on the Switch. That's when the Switch Pro probably going to come in. And a lot of people have said now, theorizing because of this, it's going to come out in October the 8th, that the Switch Pro, whatever, will probably chances earliest. And again, I'm just guessing. I'm not a insider, so I'm not doing some sort of fansplaining. It's just I'm just guessing as a consumer reading stuff on the internet that probably somewhere in 2022 it makes sense, the earliest. Because sooner or later, they can say that, oh, we're not competing against Sony and Microsoft, but when you don't have the games there, and all suddenly you're playing Switch so you can play those Nintendo games, then yeah, you probably want to go to a Switch Pro route. Just saying. So those are my thoughts on the OLED model Switch. Cool, quality life. I don't think it's the Switch Pro. It's just a much better, a bit. But again, you know, you got those extreme Nintendo fans who probably supported by it. Makes sense. For me personally, maybe, but I'm leaning towards maybe not. I'm already happy with my old OG, less battery version. So there you go. So with that, I'll see you guys later.